The most important word in our title is community. It refers both to the communities we serve and the community we are, a community of learners. Tonight's celebration is the culmination of a year of accomplishment and success for the community that is our students, our staff, and our faculty. This afternoon is a tangible demonstration of the way this institution embodies its mission of enriching our students' lives and the broader community through teaching, learning, and service. Tomorrow, our graduates will be better prepared than ever to contribute to and enhance the wealth and well-being of the communities of Durham, Chapel Hill, Hillsborough, Carrboro, the Research Triangle Park, and beyond. The core of the Durham Tech community is our faculty and staff. Our excellence is the result of their dedication and imagination, their creativity and commitment. I would like our faculty and staff to stand and be recognized. I thank you for everything you do every day to serve our students and the communities of Durham and Orange counties. Last week, we formally recognized Lily Hill, clinical coordinator of the Licensed Practical Nursing Program, as the recipient of the college's 2010-11 Excellence in Teaching Award. Lily was chosen based on her outstanding commitment to her students, her unwavering dedication to Durham Tech, and her creative teaching methods. We also named Patrick Hines, database manager of the Research, Evaluation, Assessment, and Planning Department, as this year's recipient of the Excellence in Support Services Award. Patrick was recognized for his work in planning, developing, and supporting data collection and management systems that support our planning and assessment processes. In addition, in September, Marianella Manwana, Director of Translation and Interpretation Programs for the Center of the Global Learner, received the National Distinction in Education Award from the International Medical Interpreters Association. In November, Dr. Richard Miller, Program Director of Respiratory Therapy, received the Educator of the Year Award from the North Carolina Society of Respiratory Care. In March, Leanne Spar, Assistant Dean of the University Transfer Associate in Science Program, received the Mathematics Excellence Award from the North Carolina Mathematics Association of Two-Year Colleges. And earlier this spring, Dr. Peter Woolridge, Executive Dean for Student Learning and Assessment, was named a Fellow for the 2011-12 academic year by the American Council on Education. The work of these exemplary instructors and the efforts of their peers and colleagues in the faculty and staff result in excellence in our classrooms, our labs, our shops, our clinical locations, and in our offices. Here are a few examples of our students' accomplishments. Each year, Durham Tech sends a team to the Gainesville State College Mathematics Tournament in Gainesville, Georgia. This year, for the first time since 2004, Durham Tech's team won that competition from among 30 teams from across the Southeast. Members of Durham Tech's Phi Beta Lambda chapter, the Future Business Leaders Honorary Society, won 10 individual awards, and the chapter received additional recognition for statewide service and received the Terry Lawrence Leadership Award at the State Future Business Leaders Conference in April. Individually, Joshua Schumann was one of only 9 community colleges in the United States to be accepted into the German Language Work Immersion Study Program at Baden-Württemberg, Germany. Durham Tech's 2010-11 Academic Excellence Award recipient was Kelly Inman, a student in the LPN to Associate Degree Nursing Transition Program, and the recipient of the 6th Annual Robert W. Scott Student Leadership Award for the North Carolina Community College System was Don McNally, the president of Durham Tech Student Senate, who graduates tonight before transferring to UNC Chapel Hill to pursue her goal as to be a lawyer. "50 years ago, Durham was a mill town. The county's total population was about 110,000 people. Its major industries were textiles and tobacco products. Duke University maintained separate colleges for men and women, and the African American liberal arts institution located south of the Hayti District was known as North Carolina College at Durham. Ground had just been broken in the pine forests on the southeastern edge of the county for a research and industrial park that was defined by the three of the major universities in the region. And in September of that year, the Durham Industrial Education Center first opened its doors to a class of 34 students in a modest 50,000 square foot brick building on an unpaved street on the outskirts of town. Today, 50 years later, the cigarette factories and hosiery mills have been vacated. And in those buildings, we find high-tech startup firms, restaurants, condominiums, and art galleries. Over 250,000 people call Durham home. 170 businesses in the Research Triangle Park engaged in cutting-edge research and development in pharmaceutical industry, production, information technology, health sciences, and precision manufacturing have become the economic engines of a community that is recognized globally as a great place to live, work, play, do business, and retire. Duke and North Carolina Central Universities are the poles on an axis of higher education excellence recognized across the world. And the institution that admitted those first 34 students has become a community college that enrolls over 8,000 students a year in curriculum programs and serves over 25,000 people annually with a comprehensive array of credit, continuing education, and basic skills offerings. In September, the college rededicated that building that housed the Industrial Education Center on the edge of town, honoring Nathaniel B. White as one of the founding trustees and one of the stalwart supporters of technical education for everyone in Durham. And this evening, nearly 300 individuals, part of a total class of over 800 who have completed their graduation requirements in the last 12 months, will cross the stage as part of the 50th graduating class at Durham Technical Community College. Our graduates come from many hometowns and have many backgrounds, and they will go on to pursue many different dreams and careers. Some, like Janae Baldwin, are from nearby. Janae is a native of Creedmoor, who's been an active member in the Women's Leadership Initiative and represented Durham Tech in the mobilized 2020 Summit of Community College students in Charlotte. She serves as a student mentor and works on a part-time basis as administrative assistant at her church. Janae and her fellow student, Tofi Mabo, represented Durham Tech in the third class of Leadership Triangle College Edition. Some of our graduates come from overseas, like Tara Lightborn Pratt. Tara is a native of the Bahamas who found herself living in this area, raising her daughter, while working for a caterer. But her goal was to be a computer programmer. After enrolling in Durham Tech's Computer and Programming Applications program, she found her passion. She found that computer programming was an avocation, not just a vocation. Tara is one of 123 international students from 37 different countries who will become Durham Tech graduates this afternoon. Some of our students have come directly out of high school. 11 of tonight's graduates are 20 years old. Others are 1 or even 2 generations older. Last night, Andrea Flores received her PIN as a registered nurse after completing the associate degree nursing program at the age of 67. Some, like Jerry Midget, are here because they realized they needed to develop new skills for today's workplace. Jerry had a demanding job in the wood products industry, but he needed to improve his skills. So he enrolled in the Environment, Health, and Safety Technology program. As a sometimes called non-traditional student, Jerry's workplace perspective made the classroom richer and more real for his fellow students and his instructors alike. And others, like Mike Edwards, saw Durham Tech as the opportunity to complete some unfinished business. After dropping out of NC State over 15 years ago, Mike enrolled in Durham Tech's University Transfer Program. Now he will transfer to East Carolina University, where he will study business before opening a restaurant. Every student who crosses the stage this afternoon has a story like Janae's, or Tara's, or Jerry's, or Mike's. They have juggled work and family and other obligations and the requirements of life while they've learned about anatomy and physiology, or the principles of accounting, or English composition, or network security. And they've also recognized the value of giving back to their community during Durham Tech's year of service. Whether volunteering at the Briggs Avenue Community Garden, or collecting box tops for the R.N. Harris Elementary School, or knitting blankets for Project Linus, or through dozens of other projects, our students have indeed enriched their communities and their own friends and neighbors through the act of service. Meanwhile, as tonight's graduates leave the stage, they will become part of another community, a community of alumni of Durham Technical Community College. Later this evening, our newest graduates will join the 20,000 plus individuals who have earned curriculum certificates, diplomas, or associate degrees in the past half century and will be welcomed as alumni. In closing, on behalf of the faculty and staff of Durham Technical Community College, I offer our graduates congratulations, thanks, and best wishes. We congratulate you for the accomplishments that brought you here today. We also thank you for enriching our lives while you have been with us. As a community of learners, we are here because we love learning, and we know, in the words of Joseph Joubert, that to teach is to learn twice. So we thank you for giving us the opportunity to teach you, and to learn with you, and to learn from you. And finally,